My name is PRADA, and today I'm going to speak about digitizing military footwear provisioning through foot measurement and shoe matching. Footprint. So basically what we do is shoe size recommendations. We have developed an AI service that enables anyone to measure their feet via phone and find their perfect fitting shoes. The first part, we have a mobile feet measurement that works on all common smartphones. On the other hand, we really required and we have built a shoe dimensions database, and we have article-specific shoe dimensions that we can then match and finding the best matching parameters. Here, you can see what's our regular product page implementation. It's basically it's guiding the users through each of the steps with a friendly way and until they can get their size recommended. So we cover actually 3 business verticals. It's the e-commerce or the web shop vertical, which allows users to measure at home. And the main goal of this is to reduce returns. The safety shoes, in that case, we still are finding the best fitting size, but we send the sales agents to measure different workers in the warehouse, and they have a dedicated web app for filtering security types for different shoes and different. It's the military vertical that the goal is to improve soldiers' provisioning, standardize recommendation quality, and in the end, decrease the provisioning time up to 70%. A problem, which is when equipping new persons in enterprises, police, and military, footwear is a bottleneck. Analog systems that are currently in place, they are archaic, inefficient, and sometimes expensive. So we set up to some goals in this experiment, which in the end was to find the best fitting size and find the best size recommendations. And then at the end, once we had found these parameters, we deployed these in production, and then go and test it and say whether the users or the soldiers have their fitting size or not. So in this experiment, we did 3 try-on sessions to collect data, 3 days, very intensive days. And then we had 6 different shoe sizes. So we had 2 types of combat boots, 2 brands each. And also we recommended 1 indoor and 1 outdoor sneaker. So in total, we had 108 testers, 29 women and 79 men. So for this, also, we measure feet. We took our footprint web app that I showed you before, and also we took a 3D laser scanner with us. So additional data that we collected in these try-on sessions, per user, we collected the height, the weight, the regular shoe size, fit preference, age, gender, and sock thickness. Every tester or every soldier tests from 2 to 4 different sizes on the same model. And lastly, we also, of course, from the manufacturers, we got the shoe last dimensions. The numbers that in the end made the difference were 2 things. The first thing was the toe allowance. The toe allowance, the space that is left between the largest toe and the edge of the foot, and the length width ratio that would tell us how wide the foot is. Right? In this graph, we have 2 models for the heavy boots. And on the y-axis, we have the percentage of correct matches. And on the x-axis, the toe allowance in millimeters. So the second point that we had was to analyze the width of the foot. So for that, we analyzed the length-width ratio. We took the largest values. The largest values for us meant that we took the largest length between the left and the right, and in that foot, we also divided by the width. And we went and set up the parameters that we had seen. And for that, we set up the toe allowance, the length-width ratio, and the brand selection. And then we did 2 blind tests. Each of the tester was given 3 options to choose. Either they keep the size that we recommended, they can upsize half 0.5 in the UK size, or they can decrease point size in the UK tables as well. And also, they had the options to change the brand. And it was the first blind test. It was like 116 testers, 46 male and 70 women. At the shoe size kept ratio, right now the numbers they looked. We achieved an almost 81%, and we saw clearly that it was working best for the combat boots. Still, we decided, okay, let's do this again. We collected all of the feedback that we had from. We tweaked the parameters again, and we went out for the second time. And in this second time, we did 95 testers, 61 men and 34 women, and it even increased a bit. Out of 34 women, it reached the 100%. So the conclusions in the end is that it worked It worked for combat boots better than sneakers. That recommended shoe brand, as you saw, it's still a bit challenging. And the new process, it speeds up to 70%, and it can be used by untrained data than other. And just lastly, we are doing an ongoing experiment and we have preliminary data to recommend insoles for military, also low, mid, or high. And what we can see in the preliminary data that using insoles clearly improve up to 10% satisfaction of the soldiers after provisioning.